Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a brand new video. In case you weren't able to tell from my little intro, I am going to be doing some kitchen organisation today. I was browsing good old Google for some nice glass organisational jars and I came across a website called Eden and Willow. I'd never heard of them before, but I thought I'd have a look, and they actually have some really affordably priced glass jars on there, lots of little organisational bits and a few other bits as well. But I did place an order. These are the jars that I picked up and I just think they are such nice quality and they were really inexpensive for the size that they are. So they are all glass with the bamboo lid. Well, I got a bit of a selection. They have kind of acacia lid ones on there as well, and then I've also got a selection of the ones with the glass lids. I thought these would be good for utility item storage. They also have bits like this, so I picked this one up for my olive oil because I find that when I'm pouring olive oil I end up pouring way too much out, so I thought this would be really handy and nicer to look at as well. But I just think they're really nice and high quality, so definitely if you're on the hunt for some new organisational jars, check out Eden and Willow, because like I said, really affordable. I also picked these up. Now, my own fault for not checking measurements, but these are much smaller than what I anticipated. Perhaps they'd be good for maybe seeds or sugar, things that you don't really need more of a teaspoon of at a time. But my own fault. I mean, they were only 70p, so I should have known, but they are much smaller than I had hoped, but still really sweet. And then these labels, I actually made an order on Amazon and I picked up 2 sets of labels. I've just got them all in this one envelope at the moment. I'm just kind of keeping all of my labels together, but I picked up a set of Pantry labels and so much to choose from on here. And then I also picked up a laundry, that's the wrong way around, also picked up a laundry and cleaning label set. So again, this has got tons of labels, all different kinds of products on there, lots of laundry items, lots of cleaning items, and then the odd miscellaneous item as well, like batteries, and I know there's more kind of miscellaneous stuff in there. So if you're on a proper organisational mission and you're the kind of person that likes to have everything subdivided, these labels would definitely come in handy. They were quite inexpensive. I think they're around £8-ish each, but they're from Amazon. Like I said, I will link them and Eden and Willow down below. But I just thought this would give me a bit of a head start into organising my kitchen, and as you can see, I've already started to I can't talk today, guys. Decanter things into these jars. So I've got this one for granola, this one for oats. I've got one for pasta here, one for rice behind it here. This one I'm using for stock cubes. I've got a little one here for baking cocoa powder, and then I've got a bigger one for hot chocolate. Now, there wasn't a label for hot chocolate. There was a label for cocoa, but I wanted a baking cocoa, and then I also wanted one for like drinking cocoa, so hot chocolate. So I actually used one of their blank labels because it does come with a selection of blank labels as well, and then I used my label maker and I actually stuck the labels from my label maker onto the blank label just to make it kind of fit within the rest of them. And then I also have a jar here for my bread flour. I have these 2 jars here which are not from Eden and Willow. These are ones I already had, so I've just used this one for nuts, and this one's from IKEA. I'm not 100% sure what to use this one for yet. I might label this one with treats and then maybe use it for any bakes or biscuits, anything like that. And then I picked up, like I said, 3 of the ones with the glass lids. And these are going to be for laundry. I'd love to say laundry room organisation, but I don't have one. So, laundry cupboard organisation. So I've already popped my dryables that I got from Temu in this one. I could definitely do with some more. So they're quite cheap on Temu, so I'll probably pick up another pack. This one I think I'm going to use for scent boosters, and then this one for my laundry capsules. And then if you remember from a couple of vlogs ago, I actually went to the range and picked up a load of stuff. So I've got some bottles back there for fabric softener and one for stain remover. And I've got some amber spray bottles as well, and I plan to use those to sort out my cleaning box and make that look a little bit nicer. Hopefully it'll give me a little bit more excitement to clean. But yeah, so my intent is to reorganize all of the kitchen cupboards, make them all look really nice. I want to move some stuff around. I've got my new cutlery tray from Temu to sort out the cutlery drawer. I want to move some stuff out of drawers into cupboards and then move some stuff from cupboards into drawers, if that makes sense. So I just want to have a really good shift around. There's one other thing that I would really like to do with this kitchen. Well, actually there's a few. I'd like to replace all my crockery, pots and pans and all of that, but that's going to take time. There is one other thing I would like to do in this kitchen. So this area here, honestly, that's a bedroom set of drawers. The reason we put it there is because we had it and I just didn't want to get rid of it. So I just put it somewhere it fit, and it's kind of been housing all of our shoes. What I would like to do with this area here is actually get a couple of Billy bookcases from IKEA, the ones that have the doors on the bottom, and I just thought that would make a really lovely unit. I've always had this dream of having built-in Billy bookcases in kind of a dining room or a kitchen diner, and I thought, because I was looking at Welsh dresses, secondhand ones, and thinking, oh, I'll just get it for now, and then whenever we move I just won't take it with us. But I thought, why waste money like that? So if I get a couple of Billy bookcases, I can take those with us wherever we go, and then when I am kind of measuring up the space that I want to build them into, I can just add however many more I need, and I've already got the 2 to start with. So that is my logic. So I feel like a nice couple of set of bookcases. I've already kind of had a look at the measurements, and I feel like I could probably fit some of my kitchen appliances in the shelves with the cupboard doors on them as well. And then I can have a section to keep shoes and whatnot. And then I can use the open shelving for styling purposes. But I've mentioned before, when it comes to styling, I like functional styling. So apart from the odd bit here and there, I like my decor to be functional, because I feel like A, it wastes less space, and B, it's not just stuff that's collecting dust, it's actually being used. So if I was going to have a glass jar on a shelving unit, it would be a glass jar full of stuff I'm actually using. Same with herb jars and things like that. Cookbooks, if I'm going to have nice aesthetically pleasing cookbooks, maybe in nice beige colours like my Mary Berry one, I want them to be cookbooks that I'm actually going to look through and maybe find recipes from. So that is my plan, but obviously all of that will not get done today. I'm hoping to make a start on the kitchen cupboards today. Whether or not I finish it, I highly doubt it, but I just want to find a nice spot for these jars and make my kitchen cupboards look a little bit nicer. So to start with, I actually bought these from Amazon, and these are essentially organisers that stick to the fridge. They're magnetic, and from what the review said, they're apparently strong enough to hold a decent amount of stuff. And my intention for these is to have all of my, ooh, I nearly dropped them, to have all of my spices and herbs out on display. Because if you didn't watch a couple of vlogs back, I redid all of my spice jars. Guys, this is the stuff that brings me joy, okay? I like organising, I like things to look pretty and neat and cohesive. So let's give these a go. I'm going to pop them here just because I thought that would be a nice backdrop, because I do a lot of baking and filming in this general area when it comes to cooking and whatnot. So I thought this would make a nice little backdrop for when I'm doing that. But also if I was to put it on the other side, it would just get in the way of what's on the drawers, and yeah, I'd rather it be here. I'll have a fiddle around with the placement in a sec, but they feel pretty sturdy on there. So I've got all of my herb jars out. I've actually still got a few that are empty. I have added a couple of new additions to this set. Onion powder, technically these are onion granules, but I've used the onion powder label because that'll just help me know what it is. And also occasion seasoning. So I've still got, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, I've still got 5 jars. Now I've measured out 2 of the jars. Once they're all filled, 2 of the jars won't fit in here, which is slightly annoying, but I'm not going to fill those jars. Like, I'm not just going to fill them up for no reason. I'm going to wait until there's recipes when I realise I don't have herb, and then when I get that herb, I'll then use the jar. So hopefully it won't bother me too much because the jars are empty. Now the question is, do I alphabetize these jars? Or do I categorize them by like the type of herb, like whether it's sweet or like Italian type seasonings or Indian type seasonings? I think I'm gonna alphabetize them. At least that way I know exactly where everything will be. So already I'm running into a bit of a problem. The bigger ones, you can fit 2 herbs, like one behind each other. The smaller one, because this one's slightly bigger than this one, you can't, which means I actually can't fit all of my herbs in this set. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna order another set of these on Amazon because I do really like them. They feel nice and sturdy. And then I'm gonna use the smaller ones, probably for something different. No idea what yet, but it's always handy to get things off of surfaces. I can always pop these, I don't know, maybe on the other side of the fridge. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's looking really nice there for now. I've just popped the rest of the jars just down there until I get another one of these. But with 2 of the bigger ones, I will actually fit all of my herb jars in, so that's a bonus. Next, I think I'm just gonna start emptying things out of drawers and cupboards and see where I like the look of things best. And yeah, just roll with it, I suppose. Morning guys. Made a decent amount of progress in the kitchen yesterday. I'm just gonna do little madam's hair and then I will show you what I've done in there. We just need to be ready because we have to go in about half an hour for Avery's abdominal scan appointment. Not too sure if we'll find much out today. I'm not too sure why it's being done in the first place. My guess would be just to check her stomach lining and make sure that everything is still looking healthy. I mean, obviously Avery's on a metrazole. She is also on a prophylactic antibiotic, and then she's also had her fair share of other antibiotics over the last few months, so all those things, you know, can be damaging to the gut. She is on a probiotic. She has Bio 360 now, every single day, so I'm really hoping that that helps. But it'd be good to just check and make sure everything is okay. Oh, baby girl, you've got a big knot here. Got a very big knot. I really need to get Avery like a tangle teaser with a handle. Sometimes I do use mine on her hair because mine has a handle, but I do find the bristles on this brush, they get through her knots without tugging too much, but it doesn't have a handle. That's the only downside to that one. We're just gonna do a simple ponytail today. Hopefully that's in the middle of your head. I think that's fine. Let's pop your bow in. Oh, there we go. Beautiful, gorgeous girl. She is wearing her Baby Gap dungarees today. I love her in dungarees so much. I definitely need to get some more pairs. I think they look so adorable on children and babies in general, but my goodness, Avery, you do pull them off. So yeah, half an hour until we have to go. I'm gonna let Avery chill for a little bit. We need to get that sleepy out of your eyes. Excuse the beeping, that is Avery's feeding pump shouting at me because I haven't put the feed away yet, because Avery did a bit of a poo explosion just as her feed was ending, so priority was getting her clean and changed. So I need to pop that in the fridge now and then get ready to go, and I'll show you guys what I've done in the kitchen. So let me show you how the kitchen cupboards are looking so far. Pretty much done. There's some cupboards that I haven't actually touched, but for what we're working with, I think I am pretty much happy with it. So down here I have moved out all of the kind of pots and pans. I've got a couple of boxes here which definitely need a clean. These are just from Poundland, and to be fair, I also want to replace them. I don't really love these so much. I'd like to get maybe some nice woven effect ones or beige ones, just something different, or even those nice crate looking boxes that you can get from IKEA. But anyway, in this one I've got surplus food, so things that I've got in jars, but I've got an excess of it, so all the kind of excess is in there. In this one I've got a bunch of like cake making tools, cookie cutters, random bits like that, my scales. I've got my turntable down there with my baking bowls. Again, I would like to replace those bowls for nice ceramic ones. Up here is plates and bowls and stuff. I would love a new dinner set. Like, these are all things that I would like, but it might take me a while to get to. For now, it's fine. I've just used this little organizer to put soft drinks. So we did have our Coca-Cola back there, but we finished that last night. So for now, it's just got squash in. And yeah, that's basically that cupboard. I've still got a bit of space down there if I need it. And then up here, I didn't touch yesterday because I did a clear out of this cupboard a couple of weeks ago. Glasses here. I've only got sets of 3s in nice glasses. Ideally I would like more, but I'll say that I've got a set of 5 in these ones. These ones are from TK Maxx. I do actually really like them. These are the ones I showed you in a vlog the other day. I've still got the beer can glasses back here, the ones from Amazon. Haven't used them since the last one broke. I will use them, but I'm also anticipating that they will all eventually break on me. Got all of our mugs up here. These are our kind of guest mugs that I bought from Wilco's, and then the rest are just random mugs. I'd like to build on that collection and make it look really neutral and pretty. Up here I've got another tub with drinking bottles and flasks and whatnot. That's all in there. Again, I'd like to replace this for something a little bit nicer on the eye. I mean, these are fine, don't get me wrong, and they're really cheap from Poundland. I think back when I bought them, we're talking years ago, they were actually £1 each. However, Poundland has started to increase certain prices, so some things that used to be £1 are now £2, but anyway. And then just excess bits up here that won't necessarily fit anywhere else. So Josh's massive Transformer mug that he got from Universal won't fit in this gap here. So that's up there. The Boy Slush Puppy cups are up there, plastic cups, and then Josh's massive flask at the back that won't fit in the box. I'm gonna save that cupboard for last because it's actually my favorite. So down here, hasn't changed at all. This is just where I keep all of my bigger appliances. The under the sink cupboard I feel like is always a little bit of a nightmare, but I think I've got it looking okay. Ignore this part here. This is all bits that will have a home eventually. I mean, obviously the bin bright stick-on bin thingies and the toilet thing, they've got to go in their places. But the dishwashing bits, when I get a nicer sink caddy, because that's another thing on my list, I'll have those out. But for now, I'm just keeping them there because there's space there. So I've got my cleaning box here, and I am absolutely loving how this is looking at the moment. As you would have seen, I decanted a bunch of my cleaning products into these amber glass bottles and labelled them really nicely so they all match and look beautiful. And then in this little basket here is just cleaning cloths, cleaning sponges. I'd like to replace those soon as well. They've probably all had their day. Behind there I've just got some more like dish sponges. And then at the bottom, I've got our 2 most used baking trays, which again need replacing. They are very, very gross. I think I've got some colanders back there as well. And then this is all my serverware. Again, bit by bit, will eventually all get replaced, but for now, it's all fine. The drawers are all looking quite different. So in this bottom one, I've got cooking, basically. So this is pots and pans. That's what I use for lasagna, basically, here. And measuring jugs, not too interesting. In this one is the rest of the baking pans, or sorry, the oven pans that we don't use as often, but we do pull them out if we're doing maybe a big meal like a roast or something that I need more pans for. And then I've got all of my cake tins and also my pizza dishes there. The cutlery drawer is looking a whole lot better. So I've got my wooden cutlery organizer from Temu, which slotted in there perfectly, and I actually like that it's got more compartments than the standard cutlery tray. So I've used this one for knives, obviously forks, knives and spoons. By knives I mean sharp knives here. Teaspoons and kid spoons, and then in here I've got all of my straws, chopsticks, and then just a couple of bottle openers. This bit here, I don't love it, but we don't have a separate drawer for utensils, so this is kind of where I've jammed in the utensils. Again, a lot of these need replacing. I've had them for so long, but they still work, so they're fine for now. These 3 cupboards haven't really changed. These are Avery's cupboards, and I did make a point to organise these when we actually moved in, so they're looking fairly organised. This is where we keep syringes and bottles, and then some of her old food containers. And then this is where we keep all of her daily meds, daily syringes, sterile water, and not that you can see, but her lovely pharmacy up top here. This is where we keep the excess meds, surplus meds. We like to keep a stock. We've run out of things on occasion, so we do like to keep stock just to make sure she doesn't run out. And then down in this bottom cupboard here, again, it hasn't changed. It just keeps her feed, her giving sets. And then I've just got kind of random odds and sods. This cupboard I'm actually really happy with. This is essentially our laundry cupboard. So I've got kind of all of our laundry essentials, laundry pods, scent boosters, fabric softener. There is some stain remover back there. Dryer balls are back here. I'll be using those the next time we use the dryer. I'm probably going to pop an essential oil or 2 in here as well to pop into the dryer balls to make clothes smell nice. And then I've just got a plain glass bottle back here that I will put water in. That comes in handy for a couple of things, for stain removing on clothes, and also for when I cut the boys' hair. And then up top, I've just used this. Oh, by the way, there is an empty space here. This is, we have a box like this that goes here, and it has all the pegs in it, but the clothes are out on the line right now. Up here is all Tupperware, and these are all the lids in here. And then up the very top, I've just got my pumpkin season candle that obviously I won't be getting out just yet. Disposable napkins, cloth napkins that I got from Temu, and these are the 3 bags. So these are the 2 I got from Temu, the cooler bags for the boys' lunches in September, and then this is the one I was talking about that we use for Avery's meds. This one I'm not too sure how well you're going to be able to see it because it's quite backlit, but again, I've got 2 more of these boxes here and here. This one's just for maybe like carb type things I buy for meals, baguettes, poppadoms, naan breads, things like that. This one is all crisps. I've got all of my cans and basically anything that would fit in here. Chocolate spread, honey, things like that. This is a little snack box. And then up there I've got just random sauces, maple syrup, things like that. So it's looking nice and tidy. And then last but certainly not least, let me just move Avery's feeding pump. It's just on charge at the moment. So this is so satisfying to me. So up top, the majority, to be fair, all of this pretty much is baking stuff. I've got a little plastic box there from the range that's got all the odds and sods in it, so extra baking supplies, chocolate chips, things that I don't want to use a jar for because I don't always keep them in. And then I've got light brown sugar, nuts, powdered sugar, cocoa powder, caster sugar, and then all 3 flours and my bicarb and baking powder up top. And I just think that looks so gorgeous. The only thing that ruins it really is the electric box behind it, but oh well. And then down the bottom here I've just got this basket. I don't particularly want to use an actual woven basket in my kitchen cupboards, but I haven't got a different one and I just think this looks nice. I've got all my kind of oils and vinegars in there. Behind it are kind of lasagna sheets and some microwavable rice, just things that I wanted to be hidden. Got my salt and peppers there, and then these jars are just full of bits and bobs like pasta, rice, oats, granola. You would have seen me fill them all up. And then I've got that spot there for boxed cereal as well. So this is by far my favourite cupboard. I just think this is my idea of a perfect, or maybe not perfect, but it's definitely my idea of an ideal kitchen cupboard. Everything's labelled and in jars and organised. So all in all, I'm really happy with it. I've obviously still got a few little bits to change. I've still got to sort this out here, but I am getting another one of these, so hopefully that will be sorted today. I've got some bits and bobs around the kitchen that need to go into their actual homes because they don't belong in the kitchen. They've just accumulated in here. But yeah, aside from the things that I've mentioned and the bookcases that I mentioned yesterday, I'm pretty happy with the kitchen. It occurred to me the other day, like, why am I so frustrated with the way things are in the kitchen? And then I realised that when we moved in, I just kind of shoved everything where it would fit, and I didn't actually touch it then. I just left it because I put it away saying I'll organise it properly later, and then I never did. So it makes sense why I was getting frustrated with it, but really happy with it now, and yeah, excited to just carry on with the projects. It definitely makes me happy, brings me joy. But anyway, I have to go in a minute, so I better get things sorted. Also, before I do go, my best friend popped over yesterday evening and gave me my birthday present. If you guys haven't been following, I turned 30 a couple of weeks ago, and she bought me this gorgeous bracelet. It's from Abbott Lion, and you guys know me, I love gold. I don't love the price tag of gold, so I really love the tarnish free gold jewelry or gold plated jewelry. And I've talked about the brands that I love, but essentially all of this jewelry is not real gold, but I have been wearing it in the shower non-stop. Same with my necklaces. It's because it's the water resistant tarnish free gold, so it essentially doesn't tarnish and it doesn't lose its colour, or it hasn't for me, and I've been wearing some of these pieces for over 2 years. So really happy with this because it is from another brand that does the tarnish free gold, so I love that. So if you're watching, thank you so much, I love it. Yeah, with that said, I really need to crack on and get out of the house. We're back from the hospital, everything went fine. Turns out the appointment was actually about a little lump that we'd noticed maybe over a year ago now. It was a small lump just on the lower part of her chest, and it felt hard, and you can kind of move it under the skin. And at the time we just wanted to get it checked out. Now this is how long the referral has taken for her to actually have an ultrasound on it, over a year later. And when I got there and actually found out what the appointment was, the lump isn't really there anymore. It is, but it's not visible. You can feel it if you know, are really feeling for it, but you can't see it anymore. She scanned it anyway just to be safe, and she thinks it is just a benign cyst. She said it was probably always there, but the G-tube surgery may have aggravated it, which is why we could see it. It was kind of more out on the surface for a while, but it's gone back down now, so she's not concerned about it. To be honest, I wasn't really concerned about it. I thought it was maybe a calcium deposit. It didn't look like anything nasty, so, but anyway, we've got it checked, so, you know, it's a good thing that we've got it checked and we know it's fine. We had to get the bus obviously to the hospital and then back, and we got off the bus in main town to walk home, and they actually had like a little farmer's market, and one of the stalls was an antique stall, and I found a couple of little treasures. I saw these two jars, pots, jars, whatever you would call them, but I mean, these are pretty big. I mean, this one's pretty big. This one is massive. I mean, look at it compared to my head. And I've never been antiquing before, but these were only £8 for the bigger one and £5 for the smaller one, which I think is an absolute steal. I mean, if you bought this brand new from somewhere, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is bigger and definitely heavier than the one I just got from the range, and that was £10 on clearance, and this was £8. And the fact that they're antique just gives them a bit of character. I really like the colour of them, and I think they actually look really nice together if I can find a space big enough for them. Either way, I think I hit the jackpot with them too. I also popped into the White Company. No spoilers though, because that is actually a gift. Like I said this morning, all three, me and my two friends, we all turned 30 around the same time. The last of us to turn 30 turns 30 next month, and like I said, we're gonna have lunch. So I thought I would pick her up something special from the White Company. I've never shopped in the White Company. I've always wanted to, because I've heard that their fragrances are really, really nice. I've never shopped there, so I used today as my excuse to go in and smell all the lovely things. They had some really nice baby clothes in there, some really lovely homeware. I signed up to the whatchamacallit, like when you subscribe to their mail list to get their kind of brochures, and apparently you get 15% off your orders or your purchases by doing that. So if ever I buy another gift or even buy something for myself, I'll get 15% off that, which is nice. I'm not gonna lie, like I said, never shopped in White Company before, probably won't shop in there often because it is on the more luxury side, but I'm glad that I actually got to go in and have a look around, and yeah, I thought that would be something really nice and special for my friend. Avery is starting to get a little bit fussy, and it is coming up to it is past power hour now, so I'm going to get her in her stander and crack on with all the little odd jobs that I get done while Avery joins me in doing it, and then it'll be time to pick the boys up. They actually had a non-school uniform today for charity, and then tomorrow they have their school discos, their end of term discos. And then Friday's the last day, which is insane. I mean, Eli, it's not so dramatic. He's going into year 3. Zach's going into year 6. Like, this will be the last time I ever take Zach to primary school at the start of the year. It's mad. But anyway, gonna get Avery, get her in a stand up, crack on with what I need to get done.
There was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date. You're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. Praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap. I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks. Listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast. Don't remember remember life before you, that's fact. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight, don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase, so catch me if I fall.
Evening guys, it is a few hours later. I've just got out of the shower, which is why I look like this. I'm feeling a little bit out of sorts at the minute, I'm not sure why. Dinner was lovely. I found the recipe on Pinterest and it didn't take a lot of ingredients and it was really, really nice. I think it was like a Cajun sausage and rice type thing. Reminded me of something Spanish, but it was really, really good. Definitely going to be adding that to the meal rotation. Also, in case you were wondering, the pan that I got from Temu held up really, really well. Nothing stuck to it and it cleaned really well as well. And I left it, like after dinner, I left it and all the sauce kind of dried to it. So I gave it a good test and it cleaned up really, really well. So really impressed with the quality of that. But yeah, I am about to grab Avery to bring her down to feed. Josh is just upstairs with her now. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. He's taken her upstairs because she likes to watch him play Xbox. Don't know why, it just makes her laugh. So he's just doing that with her now. And I'll be feeding her in a minute. Well, in about half an hour actually. But I think I'm going to close this vlog off here. So I hope you enjoyed spending a couple of days with me and organising my kitchen with me. It feels really satisfying now that it's done. I know that my videos give some of you some inspiration to organise at home, so I hope that this one did that for you too. Hit the subscribe button to follow us along on our journey and I will see you guys in a few days with another video. Bye guys.